I can remember which button to press before I do things. Hello everyone!
There it is, it's that button!
Welcome to this week's episode of Geeky Rose, a wonderful time on Monday evenings, every other Monday evening, where a bunch of us absolutely nerdy people get together to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Wait, what's that? Ding, ding.
Yeah, something like that.
I haven't had strawberries yet, I can't blame that.
Yeah.
Yes, but I've had jelly beans, so jelly beans hyperness.
Oh,
It's not open yet.
Uh-oh.
Yes, he has had jelly beans. Everyone run for your life.
This is going to be absolutely fun. Everything's going to be great. We're going to carry on the story from a couple of weeks ago. And best of all, we have a wonderful, wonderful new person at the table. Hey, camera's a bit slow, but fuck's sake.
Hey.
But, yeah, technology. But anyways.
Are you going to introduce the new person or just say new person?
I did just say Grace.
Okay, great.
Did you not hear me?
No.
No, the fluff was in his ears.
Yeah. I was too excited to pay attention.
Too busy thinking about bending books.
We're going straight into this conversation. Cool. Alrighty then. So, 2 weeks ago, in last session, the party finally arrived at the mountain of Ensid within the Sea of Sands, finally reaching to Agui, the Red Snake, one of the 6 Loa upon the worlds. Upon deciding that Lisabelle should be the one to
Oh yeah, it was that, didn't I?
become the champion for one of the Loa, she underwent a trial to take on a Hydra more or less all by herself. Coming out successful, she had been granted a boon from the Loa, as well as some new magical dagger as well.
It's new ink.
Yep. Well, they have to mark you so they know you're the champion. Upon finishing this trial, and as you are about to all head off back to wherever to figure out what the next part of the journey was, a message from one of the Grand Wizards or High Mages from Cloverdrift, Lisabelle's hometown, had sent her a message saying that Wendlain the Frost Bringer, the white dragon,
Wendy!
had started to turn her attention towards Lisabelle's home.
Bitch.
Realizing that they might now have to take on one of the 5 dreaded dragons, made the way via a new teleportation spell that Lisabelle had picked up, all the way back to Bardune,
Oh, I picked that up ages ago. I just haven't had a chance to use it.
a city the party had once saved from a very tyrannical vampire. Upon returning, they found themselves in the middle of a war council, talking about how Flake's herd have now found a nice quiet home within the city as well, and that one of the other Goliath herds upon the continent had seemed to have taken a prisoner and seemed to be holding some power against the other herds. We pick up the morning of the next day. Everyone's waking up from either dreams of some pleasantness of another time, dreams from deities for seeking for call, or a dreamless sleep.
Yeah, it's Geeky
I knew.
He tried to hide behind the dice chair.
Sneaky.
And that's where we pick up. As you all wake up in the morning, what are your first actions of the day? Or
Were we partying hard again last night, like usual? I don't remember how we finished last episode.
so you guys were at the tavern that's just outside the one of the Tree of
So
Life
yes.
World Trees. having a fair few drinks, being kind of worshipped mainly by the bartender as he recognized you guys as the heroes.
Oh,
of the
that's
city.
right. It had a really bad name, didn't it?
Yeah,
That was it. Okay.
Ah,
They
yes.
did a bit of a rebranding exercise on them.
Yes.
pretty much.
It was either that or we probably ended up killing him for not renaming the tavern.
So you all eventually did return back to the castle, showing off to where the guest rooms are. You guys stay for the night, and actually wake up in the morning.
I mean, technicality speaking, I've got 4 hours on them lot, so I'm fine.
Did you do a meditate, or did you actually...
Meditate.
Alright.
I need at least 12 hours. At least.
I may have had like a little nap after, like I was like, fucking hell, why are they not awake? Oh wait.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't need as much sleep as those reprobates.
So who would be... Obviously, Lisabelle will already be up, probably wandering about the castle, trying to...
Yeah, probably trying to find brothers, find out if she can get any more info. Like, come on, like,
Yep.
I'm gonna
You
stay
run...
with me.
You do eventually find Endel Hamo, obviously who is
Hi.
the Baron of the city.
Yep.
As he comes up, like, oh, it's a bit early for anyone to be up. I thought you guys would have been at least asleep till near on
Meditation
midday.
works wonders.
Oh, yeah, full-blooded elves, that's right.
Yeah.
Of course. Anyways, I'm sure there's some cook or something somewhere downstairs in the kitchen if you want to get some breakfast. We're
I
doing
can
it.
make my own. I've been on the road with this lot long enough. I probably know how to burn toast now.
So, it's usually your thing, it's just burning everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Burn you.
I'm not awake yet. 12 hours, I wasn't
Burn
awake.
your fucking butts.
Customary thing for me over the last year. Well, once everyone's up and everything, we'll have another quick little war council and trying to figure out what the next stage of the first plan of what we're going to do is and what your guys'
We were just
roles.
gonna do what we always do. run in blindly and hope for the best.
Works well. Maybe he's not failed us yet.
So, you want to run him blindly against an entire one of the 6 Goliath
I didn't
herds
say it was a good idea.
with gods that know what power behind him, and one of the chromatic dragons that seems to be raining down terror across the world.
Oh, I got a bone to pick with that bitch anyway, so it's fine.
Alright, well, once everyone's awake, we'll have a war council. And he just kind of
Breakfast war council,
kind of one of a weird interaction between two different sets of royalty, in a sense. While his royalty is more like government, and yours is genuine royal bloodline. He just kind of walks away. They saved my city. They saved my city. They saved my city. They saved my city. Rubbing his temples. Like, okay.
Like, if you're playing this on, like, Sleepy Madness, she had a nap after the 4 hours meditation because she's just bored.
When do you two eventually?
Spring wakes up relatively early, pulls all the bedding back underneath the bed, makes the bed up properly, and then heads off to see if you can find somewhere the guards drill with different weapons and sort of practice and get taught how to use different weapons, and starts to experiment with something other than a rapier and a dagger and a short sword.
As you wake up, and as you're kind of shifting all the bed out from underneath the bed and putting it back on top as your customary thing to do, you notice about a dozen more feathers fall out of the duvet. And leave to you whatever you wish to do with them, and
Gently gather up stone and figure out what to do with them later.
cool.
All feathers.
Mm-hmm.
Sus.
Flake.
I wake
It
up
doesn't
on the
look his
floor.
latest observer.
You wake up on the floor.
On the floor, yeah. One sock on.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm on the floor.
oh, Flake went that far. Cool.
Well, it was just something in that ale, I think.
Well,
Though I did remember to put my moss in the bowl of water by the bed, so it didn't dry out
Oh, that's
overnight.
good.
That's
So you put your beer moss sock back on, and you eventually kind of look as you look into the water, because the water with the reflective surface, you now see a about 4 to 5 inch thick layer of green, bright green hair growing out your head.
Fucking hell, that's grown.
He's still
Is it,
got
what
the-
is it? Is it curly though?
Yes,
Oh, no.
it is taking the natural because because it's representing what happened when the moss fell out of your hair after
I
that
wanted the
roll.
options. Like I didn't want
After
it
the roll,
curly.
like it's only going curly at the end.
Go back to character
You get
But
to
creation.
get
it's
that shit
just-
relaxed.
But
Yeah.
it's starting to
Sort of
go
creative
back
with
into the
it.
afro you kind of created for yourself with the moss.
Yeah, just go back to character creation, you'll be
That
fine.
means I've got to get
Yeah.
haircuts. But invest in an afro comb. This is a lot of
You can
work.
make one out of both.
Just go on the cash shop and buy Fantasia and shit.
Good idea.
Maybe ask for Norm, he's around.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh wait, no he's not.
We'll summon him. It's fine.
Hmm.
You've got power.
He's magical around. It's my brother?
No, you're in Bardune. Your brother is still in Cloverdrift.
Fucking
Does
hell,
somebody know a
Cullen!
barber? For fuck.
As you go to do this, you stand your door open. You see Click, you're the Ravenfolk fellow cleric. Just kind of
Don't ask Click.
has grown.
Don't want to talk about it.
There's gotta be a barber somewhere in Bardune.
The barber of Bardune.
It sounds like a cereal.
It really does.
Yes, come into my shop.
One shot
Sweeney
idea.
Todd.
I'll give you a bit off the top, shall we say.
Oh, there's a one shot idea if I ever heard one.
Yeah.
Get back to your corner, Sweeney Todd.
Well, if that's he wants to do a horror one shot as well, that'd be perfect.
Alright, fair enough. Halloween special, yeah?
Unless this one has another one he wants to do in his
Oh,
flake
there's always plenty
with
lying
Terry.
around.
With Terry.
Terry, yeah. Oh, I forgot about Terry.
Yeah, another one of my abandoned projects, The Inn That Weeps, fucking one shot that I was writing. Need to get back to that.
Do it.
Yes.
Let me bring Daisy May to the table.
You have no idea how many lists of characters. I'm just like, okay, I'll do this one today.
Anyway,
Yes.
we digress.
You see Click, and eventually, as you kind of, everyone's kind of waking up, particularly like the two of you and Click, you find some of the stewards of the castle kind of find you guys. Oh, a war council is being summoned as soon as everyone is awake. At your earliest convenience, you can make your way to the war room, please.
So like 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Probably Probably about like half 12 to 1.
I was going to say like 10 minutes. Oh,
I gotta get dressed. I gotta have food.
Fine. I'll be there.
Thank you.
Okay.
So, eventually, however long it takes, eventually, we'll say probably about half 1 knowing Flake.
Yeah. I mean, we don't have watches. It's fine.
Yeah.
God,
Time
take
is
your
still
time.
a relative mortal creation
Yeah, I'll
on
just
this
look
world
at
to
the
help
position of the
figure out.
sun and go, oh, that's bright, and just make a good guess. It might be 12.
As you eventually make your way to the war room, you can see the majority of people, including the rest of the Golden Marauders, kind of sit there and they kind of all look at you as you come in and just like. The rest of the Golden Marauders are just like not surprised by this at all. They're used to your antics, but everyone else, including your father's actually got his head in his hands, like.
Good morning.
Afternoon.
Afternoon, son.
Good day. How's everything that way?
Good.
Yeah.
True.
Alrighty then. Angel, if you'd like to start. Yes, well, now that we're all here, all that need to be here. Anyways, we can get a start on the War Council and figure out what the next move is going to be.
I mean,
going
technically, we
forward.
could have started this earlier and we just would have built Flake in, but okay.
I mean, no, they need me here. I'm like the war expert, so.
Are you?
Am I?
No.
Okay, then.
Yet again,
You're the weapons
yet again,
expert.
your father, the chief.
Munitions expert. Not a strategist. No.
Yet again, your father, the head of the Forest and Bark herd, it just has his head in his hands. It's like,
I'm trying to impress people. It's not going well.
Including munitions expert.
make a persuasion check, or either persuasion or deception, whichever you feel will be more suited.
I
in this
think they're
situation.
both interchangeable. 1 second.
100%. I'm sorry,
What's
but
my deception is? I mean, I have -1 on both of those. So.
Even better.
It's a 9.
Before or after the -1?
after the sounds of it.
No, that was after the -1.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
It's terrible, to be fair.
No.
Could have been a natural one.
You've got a 0 then.
Exactly.
Genius.
Anyway, so we need to figure out what we're going to prioritize first, or whether we are going to try and head south, take down the dragon first, or deal with the Goliath herd that have done something.
I feel like we need to deal with the herd first.
Done
'Cause
something. What have they done? I mean,
The
come
most
on.
we know at the minute from sources and spies who have actually managed to get back to us is they've seemed to have something captive. We're not quite sure what it is. Most we
well.
know is
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty large. It's the most we know. They're taking up ruins and you can see them flicking through it. Yes.
I see, you put a pitch to us and you don't even know the notes.
By large, you mean large person or
A
Well,
large creature.
large? is
We're
it-
unsure.
Oh.
It's just something large. The spies can see it. They are in Wendlain, the ruined city. And as you come looking at this, you now see the map spelled out. So a nice little printed out map for you guys to actually be able to look at proper.
We got another one, so me and Grace can have a look over this side.
No, that is the only one. Yes.
That there.
Just pass it around.
Prior preparation and planning day.
I mean, you printed a map.
Yeah, there is that actually.
That's the step up from the usual of just
We're here.
explaining it and hope we remember.
That's that.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. So he's starting saying that he's in Wendlain, the ruined city, is where the other Goliath herd
Okay, cool.
has
So,
It's a bit of a walk.
bit of
put
track.
up.
Gonna get a bit of wet on the way.
Yeah.
And considering, and you've also been informed already that the majority of the continent is either snowing, or in ice.
So you're gonna need some new clothes.
In the middle of this explanation, across the hall of where the war room is you hear a sudden dropping sound, followed by a
Muzzle love.
as the door. See as you're going to look back, you see the 2 guards there turn around, open the door as 3 figures walk out. First figure to walk out is a familiar silver dragonborn cleric of Shamash, who you've all met for, and some of you have kind of given you a bit of a tour of Cape Sin when it was still Cape Sin. Second figure is another familiar one, slightly different. Usual kind of bright green robes, kind of long blondish hair, elven features, but this time now with a shining breastplate and a long lance across his back, as you now see Malorn Chillwind seemed a little bit more ready to take revenge for the death of his parents. And lastly,
Yeah.
Grace, if you'd like to describe what your character looks like.
I'm a air genasi with blue skin, so I'm not quite sure how that looks to other people. I've got like quite long purple hair and bright yellow eyes that like shine, which are quite nice. Quite bright clothing to sort of bring people's attention away from my skin and hair.
Genasi is like mermaid person.
Oh no, Genasi are like the elemental ones.
Oh,
You got like
yeah.
air, fire, water, and earth
Oh.
Genasi kind of
Oh.
thing.
Yeah, Genasi.
Lisabelle, if you want to roll an academic check, and you guys can roll a history check if you want to see if you know anything about the Genasi.
28.
28.
I know exactly about her.
19.
19.
We'll see. We'll see. 13.
13. So for the most part, you know that Genasis are a rare race. Actually, they're probably the race rarer to see than humans are within this world. Only simply because that majority of the Genasi civilizations have been decimated years and years and years ago, and that majority of them now keep themselves in their own personal clans. On the 28th, you know, the Air Genasi particularly have a flying city that they tend to inhabit.
Yeah, thanks for that.
It's a
Brilliant.
final year dissertation.
The Air Genasi themselves have a floating city that they inhabit that tends to circle the world to keep them away from any enemies that might further decimate their people. The other Genasis, the Fire Genasis, basically live within an active volcano. The Water Genasis live within certain water areas, while the Earth Genasi, much like the Duragar, the dark dwarves, find their homes deep underground. They chose this way to keep away from different things. So to see an Air Genasi, not only in a city very well known for crafting in things like metal and stone, wood and iron and things like that, is a sight to see. Definitely. Would you guys want to actually explain what your guys' character looks like for Grace's?
Oh,
You guys first.
I'm a 7'2" Goliath, so he's got slightly pale blue skin. He's a druid / cleric, but because Goliaths traditionally don't grow any hair until very recently.
Male Goliaths, yes.
But I fashioned hair out of moss, which I grew. I used to have a huge beard, but then I turned it into an afro after a style change. And I was recently wearing a moss tuxedo for an event as well. But now back in my usual white armour with my brown robes underneath, looking sort of like a beefed up Gandalf.
Pretty much.
But I've now started sprouting real hair after a slight accident with... What the fuck? I don't remember what happened.
Yes.
No.
Quick
You.
little rewind.
Oh,
Lisabelle, I need you to roll a T100.
Oh
The
shit!
player's handbook.
I forgot about that.
Oh, whoops.
That is a 20.
A 20.
Oh.
Actually, no. No, it's a 2.
Who's about
A
to have
2.
a bad day?
I read it the wrong way around.
20.
Whichever's funnier. There you go.
Cool. I need you to roll that another 10 times, please.
25.
25. For the next minute, an eye has appeared on your forehead when you wake up.
Cool, that would have gone then.
Yeah, that would be gone. So roll again.
84.
Don't worry about that. Roll again.
Always makes me suspicious.
90.
Don't worry about that one.
Yeah.
We'll find out about that.
For 1 minute, you are invisible.
Oh, fuck!
Roll again.
That would have been fun. 49.
Fuck's sake, this is just hilarious. So you're invisible, you have an eye on your forehead, you can't speak for a minute, but every time you try to talk, pink bubbles from the next minute flow out of your mouth.
You had a weird morning.
But at the time.
26.
Yep, so the eye lasts for 2 minutes.
9?
8 purple darts randomly fly out of you and hit the random stones in front of you.
I'm blaming this on a weird fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That is 62.
So, as well as not being able to speak, every time you go to open your mouth for that next minute, not only do the bubbles come out, but you suddenly shout for no reason as well.
So I'm shouting bubbles.
Pretty much.
Got bubble Tourette's.
4 more.
That is 95.
Oh, God.
Alright, nothing noticeable happens.
90.
Noticeable.
You're now invisible for 2 minutes.
Nice. 49.
Is that already?
Yep.
Yep, so that the bubbles out of your mouth last for 2 minutes.
73.
And 73. As it's all happening, the very last thing, as it's all kind of happening, and the visibility's going on, suddenly, this one guard is kind of like, someone just like, and he's suddenly, out of nowhere.
Oh god, what have I done to the guard? Oh shit.
Traumatized.
Apparently.
Out of nowhere, he starts puking up blood. He is poisoned for 3 hours.
Oh my god. That's a little bit. Out of all the other ones, it was like a collection of kids' party tricks and then necromancy.
I did not mean to.
You see this, and I'm going to assume you just dart and like, nope, like an invisible one.
I'm invisible at the moment. I'm fucking pegging it.
Anyways,
That's when I go take the
That
nap.
happened before breakfast.
back to Spring. Explain what Spring looks like.
Spring is 6'4" at the top of his head, but on top of that head there are these long lynx-like ears, complete with tufts on the end. She's a Traxie, so covered head to foot in fur, which is very much lynx-like fur with the markings on it, but it fades down to russet red towards the ends of his limbs. Dressed very much like a certain dandy highwayman, with a rapier on one hip, a short sword on the other. Currently actually leaning on a longbow, something he hasn't been sporting before. And atop his head, between the ears, is currently, his clothing at the moment runs very much to black, dark purple, dark blues, with silver chasing and highlights. And atop his head, with a feather in it, there's, you've seen Robin Hood Men in Tights?
Yep.
A black version of one of those hats.
We actually got him a hat for Christmas one year on Secret Santa.
Yeah.
Your mushroom hat's somewhere.
It's upstairs. I was wearing it on stream the other day.
Oh yeah, I remember. I saw part of
that
it.
hat's just too damn warm.
Yeah.
It's adorable though.
Fuck you, Zach. Talking about the dice trebuchet again.
I mean, we can get a dice trebuchet.
That's why. Remember when you saw my laptop and I had that thing about 3D printable trebuchets?
Okay.
You see a small, with this party, you see a small, about 4'6", what looks like a raven folk person, clad in very thick platinum colored armor, a long polearm and a sword, both sheathed behind his back. And he's just like looking at you, kind of head full cocked, as like birds do. Just like, and Lisabelle.
So you see, how tall is she? She's 5'5". Tan-skinned wood elf. Got like really dark blue hair with light blue highlights going through it. So hair colour's not weird. Usually decked out in greens, more foresty colours. If you saw her a few months ago, she would have been wearing a full-length fucking ball gown dress. Not exactly practical. Now she's wearing like a brown corset with fire flames threaded all through it. Like brown breeches, boots, you name it. Anything that's going to be easy for her to move around with, while still keeping the femininity of her royal heritage. She will be noticed everywhere. Because unfortunately, where she's royalty, she is known.
And those are of the party you see. You see, like, the two other main figures in this war room. You see a half-elf, so kind of slight shorter ears than Belle, but more knife and pointed at the end, wearing more traditional, like, officer or kind of political kind of clothing and robes. You see on the side of him a holster with what looks like a flintlock pistol stashed inside of it at all time. Hair cut now quite reasonably short, beard, kind of very tiny goatee beard, pale, just still kind of looking quite stern. And then next to him you see, almost similarly identical to Flake, just a little bit bigger, more built, and a lot of burn scars, and
A lot less hair.
lot less hair, bald everywhere, scars all over his kind of face from different trying to mix with magic and chemicals and things like that, as well as all over his hands. Again, just like arms crossed, kind of one kind of halfway up, waiting for his son to say something stupid again.
Doesn't have to wait long, I'm sure.
One last thing for my character description. On my shoulder is a little dragon.
Yes, you see a little tiny black pseudo dragon.
His name is
kind of-
Ambrose.
all black scales, and he's like not moving his body. He's got a very elongated neck, as he's just kind of like cats do. Like when you look down at them, they'll just look up at you, no matter what they are. And he's kind of got that look at you at the minute. As they walk in,
Sweet shop and scratching on the chin.
as they all walk in, oh friends, it is good to see you all again. As
At
you
that
see-
point, Belle legs it over and gives him a hug. It's like, you're safe!
Well, I mean, I did spend a fair bit of time in the tavern and drinking, and of course, but
But you say.
hardships.
well, eventually, I think now that essentially slapped the shit out of me and told me that I need to get myself in order, and well,
Oh, well, thank you, Loris.
I know. And as he kind of
Hey,
pulls
yeah,
his giant like lance off his back, you see like the handle and the base of the actual blade of itself is all very dragon and scaled. Like you see multiple scales pulled from dragons for it. And plus, I want to stick this in every fucking dragon that was there that day. So
Tell me,
consider me a part of this endeavor.
I have to ask, is my dragon friend okay? Want to make scandals.
Oh, Farlick, yes, he did manage to get out.
Oh, good, because I
he's,
loves about his candles.
He's
So
currently
relaxing.
he's
They
currently
heal you.
he's currently working with the Underground Resistance. He's mainly making the healing candles at the minute, as they're the
Good.
kind of more useful ones. Unfortunately,
His stealthy ones are just like,
unfortunately, and then this point, you see a silvered scaled hand kind of grab his shoulder as Sean Meskin takes the lead, and he's like, "It's good to see you all as well. It has been a while."
that'll give some hug too. That's it.
And he's just like, "I wasn't expecting that, but okay."
Hey, I love cat hug times you saved my life, like ages ago.
Fair enough. Yeah, there's this very, very small resistance underneath the city that is fighting back, and well, knowing what you guys are going to be doing, I had to lend my hand as well.
I
They
mean,
killed
any
my CEO.
resistance is a good resistance.
Yes.
Unless it's against us, then it's a bad
Yeah.
one.
Then
Look at me, I said something clever.
you did. Congratulations.
Someone puts like gold star on me.
No, just kind of little crazy
You
little fashion one.
druid craft a little like gold star flower in it.
To go
Your
myself.
white
There you go.
armor.
I can embroider that in later, George.
Thanks.
Okay.
You need to. We need to make some stars for him in general.
You see, Flake's father just like,
I can't face power left.
okay, no, okay. Yes, Goliath herd needs to be taken care of. Sorry you've all kind of come into literally middle of a council. Welcome to join, by the way. The Goliath
So we
herd.
know you and you, but who is...
Oh yes, this is a friend who had joined in the resistance, happened to be in Cape Sin when the dragons fell, and she proved actually quite well in a little fight with some undead and some of the fanatics. So, and she asked if she wanted to come along, and she promptly agreed. So,
She... Name... Perhaps...
Evelyn Cloudbreaker.
Hey, good last
Evelyn,
name.
welcome along. I'm sorry he has no manners.
That's fine. Nice
Hope
to
you
meet
like
all.
drinking, because we do that a lot.
Spring winds.
Introduce yourself properly?
Yes, hello.
This is Flake.
I take the gold star.
And I am Lisabelle Lavelle.
That's me.
They call me critic. That's a little rainbow. Still his head still kind of at an angle.
Oh, and this little cute guy on my shoulder is called Ambrose.
Oh, hello.
Yes.
He's coming right along for the ride now.
Oh
He was sleeping in the tavern for a long time. So.
no. That's true. He was make up for lost time. I think.
You all just hear in your head, damn fucking right! Didn't realize you'd gone anywhere!
Sorry, Ambrose.
And you just kind of feel like the heat of him kind of kick up a little bit.
Call your jets. Or you go back to your room.
What room?
My room! The room that we stayed in last night, you idiot.
He kind of curls around his head. Fully just droops his head as low as he can.
Don't fight against mummy.
Fine. Alright. Okay. The silliness is over, right? We're actually going to get down and talk about what's going to happen, yes?
You've met us, right?
When we fought Davor, yes, you were ruthless, you were cunning, albeit we did nearly get our asses killed a number of times in those fights, but still.
But we didn't die.
Yeah. But my
Not all
dad
of us.
died.
Not all of us.
What's your life without a little bit of dramatic tension there?
Okay,
Anyway.
yes. Anyway, the Goliath Hood, in Darnane,
Wow.
in Uthane, the ruined city, they're holed up there. Now,
break the game.
unless you intend
How
to,
far is this?
probably about, including having to cross that river, give it probably about 6 days, 7 days.
How wide is that river?
Not overly wide, but there's no bridge built across it.
Oh, that's fine. I can use my cape.
There are
I can
boats.
I can transport
Or,
people across the
Yeah.
river.
I mean, considering how fucking cold it is outside of the city right now,
Might be
there's
iced over.
probably iced over.
Oh, good.
Ice skating! Yeah, no, that ain't gonna work for you.
I'll get you some snuggies. He was.
Get your slippers out.
They're staying on my feet.
Now that's by travel. That's by walking or any other means you have to get there. Teleportation would be a best idea. That's the only other thing I can think of.
I've never been there before, so I can't create a circle for that. And is any of you guys? Looks around the council room.
Surely, it's only like one town over. Surely someone from the city's been
I fucking hope so.
It's a ruined city. How many people do you think are going to go down there regular?
It's the only downside about my teleportation circle. I can't create it to places I've never been. I know.
Is there anywhere close enough there that you may have been before then?
Cloverdrift was my home, so...
Anything on the other side of the river would be an advantage.
Lisabelle, roll a history check.
I reckon I would have been, to at least some of those towns. I ain't doing fucking shit with that one.
Both of you guys can roll history checks as well to aid in this.
That was
Maybe I've just got lost.
That was a
one
9.
day. Maybe I passed through one of my cat exhibitions.
No. That's a 10.
Oh, you got one more than me.
History, that's less than 10. That's a 5.
I'm the smart one.
To be fair, I probably repressed a lot of my history.
So with a 10, and because you did grow up here, and partly because you did grow up here as well, the three of you do remember you've been to Darnea, which is there. You've been there several times with the family because it's a good vacation spot for you. And if you also remember,
we went
that
to
is the
Hag's
hag's hut. You guys went and dealt with the hag to remove the curse from your brother.
Oh yeah. I did not realise that was there.
Yep.
So I can teleport to the hag's hut then.
You can, yep.
As long as there's not another hag.
Well, it's just the same hag you guys just dealt with. Or dealt with,
I should be pleased to see us, I'm sure.
fair over a year ago.
I have a debt to her.
Perfect.
You have something to her.
Good business.
Yeah, so I can teleport us to the hag's hut.
Oh goody.
Hey, I said to, not
Should we
into
colour
the hag's
your
hut.
fur a different colour?
Yeah.
It can be a different tone.
I could probably go
Maybe
to
a hat
the
of
surrounding
disguise.
area of it.
I've got my.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe to that tavern we killed a
something.
certain.
As within Darnia, so that'll be teleporting to there.
Oh, I didn't realise that was in Darnia. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so we're going back to the hag. Okay.
I'll try and
Oh,
get
just the
plant the
hut.
trees, yeah?
Maybe she's not there. Maybe she's out.
She might not be, you never know.
She might be doing
Well,
her shopping.
we don't know until we
True,
try.
Yeah. She might have gone somewhere warmer for the winter. You know, maybe she went on holiday.
She might be frozen.
True, yeah, she might be.
Yeah. I can't even remember what
Cauldron
that is.
spill over. Just froze her in the spot.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be
That
really
would be
unfortunate,
hope.
but pretty
I can't
funny.
even remember what the fuck I owe her, but you know.
I'm sure you'll find out soon enough.
Right, well, suggest you go to Marauders
First
and...
That's pretty bad.
Evelyn, was it?
Yeah.
Evelyn, this. Be a nice task for you guys to get started on. My lord and...
A nice task for us to get started on. Okay, so we've been talking about how this herd of Goliaths have done a thing and captured a thing, and we're going to go there, but no one's actually said what we should do when we get there. Are we freeing the thing, or if we find that the thing is we don't want freed, we leave it and we come back, or what? You know, objectives.
Stopping the Goliaths, helping whatever they've taken, and stopping them with whatever they're doing.
Okay, nice, broad, open objectives. Okay, yeah, great.
It's good.
This is one of the Goliath herds that have constantly and done nothing but terrorize most of the villages and cities when they can. Unlike majority of the Goliath herds on this continent, that stick to themselves, or in the case of now the Forest and Bark herd, have joined with our society, this herd is bent on killing and destruction. So, putting a stop to them in general would be a good idea.
Okay.
And considering what's going on, they're taking full advantage of Wendlain being here and causing havoc.
So you're telling me between you, Bardune, Lothlorien, Cloverdrift, all of these places have not been able to put these people in their place?
They
You
tend to
expect
avoid the major.
Us to.
They tend to avoid the major cities.
Okay.
We're just like this world's equivalent of like the SAS, aren't we? We
Yeah.
just get sent in behind it as
Seriously,
lions.
SBS, personally, special
SBS.
bard service, you know.
God.
No about that anyway.
So you were going to go in and you're going to sing them to stop.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, give it a go.
Just wrote it.
And I'll just call in the airstrike.
I just sing the Song of Steel.
What's that?
Oh, wait, what?
Stabby.
Oh, it's British.
Why are we.
British steel.
Wait, are
spray
you
on.
stabbing him or are you just doing the stabby in general?
I'll do the stabby on the appropriately peoples.
Good. We don't stabby the cleric.
I like to think I'm recognisable, but I haven't seen them. Maybe they've copied me. Maybe this is my gang. I'm just unaware of it.
So you would actually know. You don't need to roll for this. You would know this is known as the Stone Clan or the Stone Herd.
Swear we were told that last time anyway.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. You did the first time you guys came here to this continent.
Safe.
After finding out that Cullen was safe, they were the Goliaths that had tried to ambush you.
Yeah.
And you're the one who turned the leader of the ambush into a beetle or
And then put it in a
your jar of everlasting
kills
snow.
And then stop being a beetle. That was really annoying. I was hoping it would hibernate. It did not work. Sorry, I can do this again this time. You won't be expecting it.
Oh dear.
Well, this time you might be going up against the chieftain, and if he's anything to boast about, he's one damn hell of a fighter. Ain't gonna take no for an answer, and ain't gonna back down from any fight. Oh, and him will probably try and take all of you on at once.
No, so he doesn't understand the word consent. Cool.
Cool dude.
Conceited.
Sounds
Take
like
down the
Cole Griffin.
chieftain and any of these herds. The rest of the clan either runs away or bows down to the victor,
Runs away.
if they are Goliath as well.
Oh, there you go. You might get your own clan.
So,
Or gang.
But yes.
Just trying to see who's the leader of the herd and what that would end up like.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Just think of the
No.
hair. They'd all have to wear the same outfits.
And at this point now, your father yet again face palms like.
Just go around doing like people's gardens up and stuff.
Oh,
Great.
so you're going to be the Alan Titchmarsh of Cloverdrift?
No, but more sneaky.
Because everyone's going to
Do
do
it-
the gardens
do
for
it in the middle
himself
of the night.
already.
What was that TV program called?
What, ground force?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Goliath ground
It's
force.
Goliath ground force.
Yep.
That's guerrilla ground force is what it is.
Guerrilla ground
Do it in the middle of the night and then you wake up and the garden's been done. Like,
We've got a water feature and a patio. Fucking hell! Where'd that come from?
and then you just sneak off into this.
Wait,
It's
who's
just a
got to
little
pay for this?
There's just a little corner sign in the corner with like GG on it, and that's it.
This is canon now.
So this
Yeah.
is what I do.
So
if I
what's
had
going to
it.
happen? He has to get the killing blow no matter what. He gets the killing blow.
Okay.
This is for Tipash.
For Charlie Dimmock!
I'm sorry, you'll learn very quickly this is normal for us.
No, this!
Right.
This version of railroading, this deep railroading, isn't normal. I'm used to the minor railroading where, okay, we'll get back on the track in a moment. This is like, oh,
I mean,
there's a new track.
No, it's just normal. It doesn't
90 degrees.
Tangent, please.
Anyway,
Slowly turning backwards in the direction you were going.
Yeah.
So, back in the room.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
So,
Right.
will you equip us for this little endeavour? You know, I don't like the code.
Of course.
Splendid, good, yeah. We need
Taylor-
rituals, you know, some sort of doomsday weapon would be handy, I think.
Click comes and says, like, don't we still have cold weather gear from... But...
Shut up.
New cold weather gear.
Good boy.
There you go, good boy.
Yeah, we need some more
Okay, enough.
I hope that does become one of his common
Because
phrases.
this is going to be cold weather gear from a different fucking place. It'll look different. It'll have a different colour and style. What the fuck? Of course I want more.
Click is just besotted by this because he doesn't understand fashion at all in the slightest.
I'm sorry,
No,
Bank
sorry,
and Mum's
character.
closed on this occasion.
Sorry?
Bank and Mum's closed.
Yeah, it's alright.
So
Yeah.
this bank's
If they want us to go, they can equip us.
That's what I mean. My bank's closed today, sorry. You have to get somewhere else.
Okay, fine.
Thank you for saving the time.
The Bank of Bardune will sponsor this for the cold weather gear that you need.
Sweet.
And you know the food as well. Provisions.
Of course.
Yes. Good, thank you.
Keep the
No,
receipts.
Hello Fresh is sponsoring that.
We are no way affiliated with HelloFresh.
Not yet. Soon.
Or Ground Force for that matter.
Ocado.
Okay. And back on the track.
Okay, Frank.
I don't know, Zach, how? Okay,
Playing the Goliaths.
Queefton's got a very different meaning to me.
Queefton. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway, should we fast forward to where we've been equipped to be? Fuck off.
Right.
let's go.
Everything you need is right outside the other side of the bridge from the castle, next to the tavern that eventually he'll decide on a name. Just say that everything's paid for through the funds of the castle or whatever kind of thing.
Fabulous.
This should all be sorted. Meeting adjourned. He just kind of slinks back in a chair and just like,
Thank you.
So where are we going?
Shopping.
Wait, where was my brother in all this? Not Cullen. Did you say my brother Caleb?
So,
I can't remember which older brother it was.
so your eldest brother is king, sitting on the throne of Cloverdrift.
Yeah, but
Your other brother is still, last you checked, still in
Deserty
Ungolden.
place.
Yeah, he's still in Ungolden.
Okay, Zekel's there.
Yeah.
Cecil, what's Caleb? Where the fuck did I get Caleb from?
Don't know.
I don't even know my own fucking family, guys. Too many siblings.
Much easier being an only child. So I know.
Hey, at least you don't have an older sister who's basically a slut.
Well, to be
I'm pretty sure she slept with the captain.
I mean, yeah, she did. I mean, to be fair, you actually don't know which female member of the herd is your mother. Your father never explained that.
No. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That never even occurred to me to find out.
Like, I mean,
did you leave before I was born? Is that what you're saying?
no, you weirdly understand that your herd, because your herd is more of the druidic and kind of side, and they're very much more to the nature than the other herds. While the other herds, like the stone and the storm herds, are both more very martial classes, and they're very set in this is how we do it.
Hatch, then.
You know, as a druid, as the basically druid herd, you guys are a bit more experimental and free with everything. So basically, you are the hippie lot out of it all.
So you have two dads. Gotcha.
Not so much in that case, but just like their sense of consenting adults and everything.
You have a dad's called Chet. He's got like seashells in his hair. Yeah, brilliant.
I mean, it is gay pride month. Anything goes.
Yep. Your real name's your other dad's called Chaz. Chaz, man.
Oh dear. Anyway, we've digressed again.
Back on the country.
At least this wasn't like he's digressing in story.
I mean, it was his story. We've turned it into canon.
Oh yeah.
Planning. Onward.
Yes. As the five of you all head off down.
We're gonna pay for that later.
Yeah, you guys are. Evelyn, this is your first time seeing Bardune. I just kind of walk out the castle, and you kind of look up, and you now see that the front of the castle is slightly outside of the mountain, but the rest of it is built in, physically into the mountain. And these mountains, while they have the normal dark brown texture, mountains, majority of the stone is pure bright red. You look over the bridge leading into the city itself is built with red stone, beautifully done. You guys didn't notice like the night last night, but the bridge itself is a lot more unique and redone. You see like statues now of heroes who came and saved the day. You see one of Andil with his trusty pepperbox gun. You see one of a human male, massive brim hat, long cloak, one sword kind of swaying up. You see another one next to that with a cat-like figure, two rapiers in hand. You see on the other side elven and massive Goliath figures. You see a dwarven figure. You see a halfling figure up there to memorize the heroes who came and saved the city.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
a good likeness.
They didn't copy like this exact. They didn't have you there. The only one perfect image is Andil's. All of yours is the rest of the ones that represent you guys are more as close to
Generic.
they could remember of what it is.
It's generic elf makeup. Off you go.
Yeah. Yeah, you look like just like Garfield.
Man, I hate Mondays.
Canon now.
And as you kind of look out into the city, you see about 2/3 of it from your right side coming up to this side is a standard like city built into a little like valley of mountains. You see a massive world tree, red barked, red leafed, right across the side of the bridge. Last third of it is tents that started digging into the mountain itself. And as you can see, the figures on that side are a lot larger than the dwarven, elven, and half-elven figures of the rest of the city.
Fluff. He has graced us with our presence.
As you guys head
Oh,
down...
for fuck's sake, Zach.
What's that?
iconically use the bridge for the former heroes as it seems they can't get over them. Well played.
That's that for you. So guys head off into the city. Like the main kind of market square is literally just the other side of the bridge. Like not too far deep into it. It doesn't take you long to find tailors to get the needed snow winter survival gear.
Snow gear.
Yeah.
Needed. The thing you kind of notice is a lot more embroidered with a lot more red colored, and most of the ones. And as the second you kind of mentioned, like, oh yes, the castle funds are paying for this, an embroidered symbol of Moradin, the Allhammer god, the god of craft and creation, is emblazoned into each one. Whether you want it there or not, it's just Crown's paying for it.
Comes with the territory.
Branding.
Kind of thing.
You've got to live with it.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't take you long to find a general store as well to pick up rations and anything else you guys feel like you might need to pick up.
Rations, rope, climbing kits, pitons, crampons,
Health potions.
potions. Yeah, potions.
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 We're not making you. No. We get designated ones from the shop.
Why?
I mean, he can make potions. He does.
The last time he made potions, he turned people into, like, animals.
I failed to see the problem.
I don't want to be a fluffy bunny.
Okay. The other thing you also
Like being a
notice.
sheep the other day.
The other thing you actually
That was not a
notice
choice.
with Flake as well, they didn't say, he has attached to his waist a crystal clear box with mushrooms growing inside of it.
I'm cultivating.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, are you
And they
cultivating
do
the
things.
gunpowder mushrooms or just normal mushrooms at the moment?
Oh no, the gunpowder mushrooms I have to keep in a metal box. Just in case they
Gotcha.
explode.
That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Gold star goes back on.
That's going to be a running joke in the night.
Yeah.
Upon finding like all the other gear, you do eventually find as well. It takes you a few different stores and asking around. Eventually, you do find a herbalist store.
No, it's just-
You do eventually find a herbalist store that specializes in different herbal medicines and crafts and ingredients as well. And eventually, you manage to scour 5 normal and 3 greater healing potions.
Into the bag of holding you go.
Good thing you've got that bag of holding then. 'Cause
Sorry, how many of each?
5 standard and 3 greater.
nice.
There you are. Okay, they are added. We are good.
And you have everything else you guys now need for the trip. You can teleport now, or if there's anything else you wish to do while within the city.
No. I think we're good.
No, we're good.
I've got a quiver arrows like purloined from the guards, so I'm alright.
Okay, all Belle needs then is some chalk.
Which you probably already have plenty of. You would have picked it up at any store.
You just going to draw us in the street, or we're going to go back to the castle and do it?
Let's go back to the castle. I don't want people just randomly following behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Let me just see how long this takes me again.
A minute or 10. Yeah.
Yes.
That's not that long.
Which nobody can talk to me on. Otherwise I will either A, fuck up where we're going, or B, I lose concentration completely. So Belle goes about... Well, Belle gives Ambrose to somebody else for a moment.
There you go.
And starts drawing her circle.
So, starting the circle, just as she's about to kind of place the last bit, gives you all ready. Circle's complete. The magic starts to immediately glow from it as you all 5 of you rush in. Lisabelle, I need you to roll me a D100.
Not
Oh
again.
no, where are we going?
The high, low, death, not death dice.
Don't roll 100, please.
Base well off 99.
Who's got featherfall?
So, let me ask you.
We're just gonna end
Teleporting
up like 5
to the
feet
hag's
away.
hut.
Mhm.
So you said you're not teleporting into it. You can teleport outside of it. Do you want to teleport to the front where the broken log in the pathway is, or the back where the hill was.
Ideally, we were going to want to leave the area quite quickly, so probably the front of the house, because that's the path out of there.
Cool. You teleport. You all kind of rush in, and the usual sense of teleportation, bright white light hits you.
I haven't cast Blight, guys, don't worry.
The surroundings of the castle melt away immediately, and when the light kind of clears out, you are now within the foresty, kind of swamp bog part of Azia. Hag's hut about 30 feet or so in front of you. The broken log blocking off the way about 10, 20 feet behind you guys.
It's now all frosty and covered.
Stealth.
Yes, it is a lot. It is cold as hell in this area. The cold immediately. Anyone who hadn't put their gear on yet at this point. Yeah, actually.
Is there smoke rising from the hag's hut?
Before we get to that, did anyone put the gear on?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Well, I don't need it, so.
And technically I don't, because I'm...
You're cold resistant. Not kind of what I'm asking about. For those who aren't wearing the cold gear that was just bought, I need y'all to make Constitution saving throws. So if you're wearing it, you're fine. You're layered. Unless you have immunity to cold, you can. I need you to roll.
Actually, I forgot what my character sheet says.
To be fair, my course also keeps me nice and toasty.
You won't need to roll then.
No. Where is it?
There we go, have resistance to cold damage. Okay, so I'm good.
Resistance. If you have immunity, you don't need to roll.
Well, yeah, well. I've just got a hoodie on. I'm not wearing I haven't got all my winter gear. Sorry, was
there it is.
was that con save or con check?
Save.
Save.
So in the little box.
That's a 16.
16.
Sorry, 15. I can't count. It was +4. I panicked.
16.
16. Cool. No one takes any damage. You're able to kind of stave off the cold. Kind of first off, quickly throwing furs and everything on now. You definitely feel it, and the shiver hits you immediately, but not enough to actually be taking damage from the cold.
Yeah.
Make a perception check, Lisabelle.
Seems to be right.
Stealth check.
28.
28.
Straight in.
Yep. Immediately as you guys land, the cold immediately starts setting in, and you guys just don't even hear springs just like psh, gone, hidden behind the log, waiting for you guys.
16.
16. No, there's no smoke coming out of the hut at the minute, currently.
So either she's not there or she's frozen.
She doesn't leave heat.
Yeah. But we're not going to find out. Let's get the fuck out of Dodge now, yeah?
Yeah.
Start heading to where we actually need to be.
Yep.
Let's go.
Right, so you still have
good for me.
roughly a day's travel to get to Uthane. Heading up in a northwesterly direction. Does anyone want to make a survival check to make sure you're going in the right direction?
It's okay. Leave this to me.
Yeah, let's go for the person that's actually got survival.
That would be me.
I've got +3. What do you want? You've got massive wisdom, haven't you? I'll assist.
My survival is +9.
Yeah, okay.
And
I'm
roll a
assisting,
1.
so you've got advantage.
Oh, do I? Okay.
Because I'm assisting.
Ooh! That was 19. So 19 plus 9 is 27.
Yep. Even in this cold weather, even this clouded over, you can still just about make out roughly where the sun is, and roughly the time of day. You can realize, like, okay, so the sun's there, that way's north, that's northwest, and
Human.
Weirdly enough, the one who you guys probably expect is high or on some sort of drugs all the time, leading the way,
I
knowing
can
exactly.
see the poles. I know where I'm going. Visualise them.
Second gold star.
No, this is the first one again because he lost the one earlier.
No, you got it back again.
You got
made
another
it.
metal box.
You got it back, so now I need some second gold star.
Excellent.
A second gold flower star just appears on your chest.
If
Really
possible,
smug.
Spring's mostly going to be about 30 or 40 feet ahead to the left of the group.
In the
Flanking
bushes.
and scouting.
Cool. Then can everyone who would like to make a perception check?
Yeah, go on.
Perception,
Reading skills.
14.
20, 22.
So annoying when you roll numbers lower than your passive. Like, it's actually really, it's really fucking hard for me to beat my passive perception.
Yeah.
No, please, no. Is that okay? I'm alright with this one.
He usually hates this.
Okay,
I'll give him a second.
There it is. There it is.
No, hold on.
Initial wiggle.
Cool, right. So 4, 14,
16.
16. Blake?
I had a 23. 22.
I mean, my passive's 22.
Yeah, but this is where you're actually trying to look. So most of you don't see what's going on as you're kind of going through all the trees, everything. You eventually make it out of the boggish kind of swampland area, heading forward. I'm actually passing the map just so I can reference it. Yeah, thank you. Making your way around kind of the small hill bit that the hag built her hut in front of, heading up. You get about 2-3 hours traveling. As I often do in this situation, does anyone want to do any roleplay or stuff in this time, or is you just focusing on getting to the ruined city?
I think after about an hour, Spring would go back to the group, fairly convinced that they're out of the hag's area, and be like, try to talk to Evelyn, like find out a bit more about you.
So some rando that's joined us.
Interrogation begins.
They say you helped them out in a certain way. How did you end up with them in the first place?
So I decided to leave the floating city because I was fed up of floating above everything and seeing the world instead of like being part of it. So I decided to come, and I encountered the group that was.
You chose a terrible time to decide
Yeah. Terrible or very good time, depending, huh? You know?
that. A little bit of both.
Well, way to see the world. Yeah, that's the way to see the world.
Plenty of stories coming out from your life, I'd imagine.
Mm.
You're probably looking down going, oh gosh, she's dead.
So how long
you
you
make
been
me send
down
the
here?
message back?
Only like 2-3 years.
Oh, okay.
I've been around quite a bit of the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so you said a lot.
Well, now you've had to see some more things.
Yeah. You got some street smarts to you then if you're not dead.
Yeah, these guys good at making trouble.
Hey!
No, he's not wrong.
Doesn't have to announce it though. Hey, you're now part of it.
I mean, it's true, yes, but...
There you go, you're not innocent in all this anymore.
What?
Jelly beans kicking in.
Oh, that's just click.
See what's even jelly beans.
As you guys are going along, conversation kind of digging a bit of past, kind of making the odd jokes here and there.
Starts quizzing Evelyn about favourite herbs and spices in cooking.
I was waiting for it!
This is important information.
He has to know.
Trying to find the Colonel's secret recipe.
How best can I cook for this person?
Yeah, he's the resident chef basically of this group. He keeps us alive. Hey, yeah, we cook the bad meal.
True. But there are other ways in which I don't necessarily try and keep the group alive, particularly.
Daddy, thank you.
That's not wrong.
Onwards.
As you guys are heading off deep into the conversation, and as Evelyn's kind of talking about like the food she likes and some of this food that's used to the floating city of the Air Genasi, Flake, you with the highest perception roll. Notice this before anybody else even gets a chance to.
The high.
At this point.
Yeah.
At first you think it's just another bit of the cold as it kind of starts to lightly snow as you're heading a bit more north. You kind of look over and you see what looks like two big bits of the snow just kind of dropping at once.
Oh.
Until a moment later you realize that's not hitting the ground. That's not dropping, that's moving forward. The two large snow-like creatures moving forward as...
Fireball snowman.
I don't know. Maybe.
Just
You need.
something to think about.
Where's our fire sorceress? Oh, there you are. Right, fuck.
As while one of them's carrying on a mission, you can see they're carrying what looks like some form of treasure or something back somewhere. Heading almost in the opposite direction as you guys. You guys are heading off like that way. They're up ways going like that way.
Oh, so they've not
One of
seen
them-
us.
One of them hasn't. The other one has, though. Notice.
So were they just ignoring us?
They were ignoring you at first, but then the second one noticed you, nudged the first one, as they just drop whatever they were carrying. Both start making a beeline toward you, and we're gonna go. Yep, and we're gonna go to a break there, and pick up initiative when we come back. We'll be back about 5-10 minutes. Get a chance for me to make a map because I had no idea where this counter was gonna be, and for people to use the toilet. Don't go
Fantastic.
anywhere. Again, forgetting which buttons I'm pressing. And we come back.
Oh,
I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, fucking hell. Why did I choose big dice? Yeah.
Don't even going to check mine, remember it's +0. Oh, would you look at that? It's double digits.
Whee!
It's low double
20.
digits, but it's double digits. Right. Well, there we go.
Lisabelle?
21.
Evelyn?
20.
Spring?
Actually, rolled quite high.
Did you roll it? Did you roll it?
No.
You don't even need your initiative, do you?
Wait, what? What did you roll?
30.
There's a trick someone figured out a way how you can get like a plus like 18 initiative. And the only difference of what you've done is to add alert and be a hurrier of the rabbit folk. So you get a plus 18 initiative.
Yeah.
I got 13.
Oh, holy shit, double digits! And guess what? You're not going last.
It's a miracle.
God, man.
It's a Christmas miracle.
Is this what we're doing? Are we in our Christmas episode?
That's like snowy.
Alrighty then.
Take out stand up.
Oh God, so I'm going first. No.
Bitch, please.
Spring. Top of the initiative order. You've only just got to the point where Flake has only just noticed them. They start rushing you guys as you suddenly hear this noise off to your left. As you look over and see these two massive mounds of snow and frost.
Sorry.
No, it's not the only thing double digits on spells, Pinky.
Yeah, my feet are a size 10.
I have bigger shoe size than you.
Don't know.
Very diplomatic.
Okay, completely forgetting he's been practicing with longbow. Spring's just going to draw blades and do the usual. In we go!
Ta-da!
So 30 feet will get you there. You use your agility.
Agility.
Yep, get you right in front. There, yeah.
Off to the side.
That one, yeah.
Yep. And one moving 5 foot. And click the boots of haste.
Bonus action. Yep.
And stabbing time! Which is a... What the fuck are we? 20 and a... What's the other one? 17.
17 just hits, 20 hits.
Cool. Do that and that and that and that. And both of them. Do you need the radiant damage separately?
Nope.
Cool. 12, 18, 25, 30, 35, 41, 42, 43, 44. Oops, didn't do that. 44. 52 points of damage.
Yep.
Because I clicked the boots of haste, they used a bonus action, but gave me a bonus action, yeah?
Well,
So you get an additional attack.
it gives you one additional attack, yes. Which still only gives you 2 attacks. You only get 1 attack per action at the minute, don't you? As
2 weapon fighting.
yeah, that's a bonus action.
That's
that
oh,
uses
so we
nice.
use that up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's it. Really? Movement
So
attack bonus.
You run in, click. It's funny because if you clicked the boots of haste before, you wouldn't have had to use your tabaxi agility.
Yeah.
But
You
use
always get
up
that
there,
order.
click up there, and then just like fuck, click, and going for
It's
attacks.
cold, man. His brain don't work in the cold.
It's okay, we forgive you.
Lisabelle, you're up.
Okay, Belle is going to move in front of the party, maybe in line with that tree there, if she can get it.
Oh, up here.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah. So
Everybody duck.
15, 20, 25. Yep. Just use all your movement to get there.
Okay, and then does like a flourish with her staff and slams it on the ground and summons an elemental.
Ooh.
Yes, I have an elemental. I forgot about him for a little while.
Right.
He is very fiery.
He comes out just like really stiff neck.
Just stretching.
Comes out. You
You know
swim.
what's cool?
Burns a couple
for months, and then you bring me out here when you want someone to fucking kill.
And it's fucking
It's like that. Is that the kind of relationship we've got going on?
Right.
Is that really it?
Yes.
So for the fun,
hell.
so for the
Shut
fun
up,
and
you get back in
flavor,
the bag.
so for the fun and flavor, I'll do a sleight of hand check to do a nice little staff bow flourish.
So now I'm gonna fuck it up.
You're an elf.
That is 11.
So it's not like the
It's gonna
great.
fuck it up
It's not like a monk would do. You kind of do the flourish, you just twirl it around. You just kind of do the slam it down.
Please. It's done with decorum. Done carefully.
Yep. As you slam it down, and it goes, and like, because you're an elf, like you and Spring are the only two who aren't really sinking into the snow. You guys kind of walking quite nicely on top of it, just because tabaxi and kind of elven light footedness. But as you're going to slam it down, it does sink about 2-3 inches into the snow before it hits the ground, and before it bursts out into the fire elemental in front of you. Doing that, melting the snow roughly in a 10-foot radius. So suddenly, Spring, you're incredibly fucking warm. Out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right, I need to roll initiative from now.
Why don't we get him out more often?
The heat,
Who needs campfires?
currently, the heat from him isn't unbearable.
Wow.
It's just that right moment at the minute.
Yeah. Getting ready for the friendly fire.
Yeah.
It's not only roll it just because it's a drastic change from really cold
To-
and you are in thick layers.
Yeah.
His initiative is 12.
12. Awesome.
He gets to do a separate one. That was an action, so I can't do anything else.
Alrighty then. Next up, Evelyn.
Okay.
So you are here.
Oh,
It's right in the middle. So each square is 5 feet.
okay. I will move forward to roughly the same sort of place. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll do. I will cast Firebolt, which I will aim for. I mean, it will probably get both, but I'll aim for this
Yep.
one.
Yep.
Better duck.
Make your attack roll.
Can he dodge you?
So roll to attack first. So roll a d20.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
yeah. Sorry.
It's alright.
That's 12 on there.
Plus
Uh,
spellcasting bonus.
which is the.
If you go to yours.
So it'll be next to it.
Is that?
Yeah.
Okay. 22 then.
That definitely hits. You can roll damage.
Okay. Okay. That's cool.
14, 21.
Yeah.
21.
1 points of fire damage. So along with that, you rush up and just really need a fire for some reason. With fire elements, and you just practice hands, throw a firebolt at the animated breath that Spring didn't attack. And Spring, as you suddenly feel another animated breath, a fire coming in behind you.
That's a chill kitty.
Yep, the heat, you definitely feel the heat rising up even more so. Again, it's now getting to that uncomfortable state. Not enough to hurt, but enough to be like, I shouldn't be wearing all this now.
Not quite in the camera.
You can just see his,
You can see it's...
you can see the bottom of his feet.
Yeah, it's so cute. I'm sorry, that was tangent, but it's adorable cat tangent.
Right, next is their turn.
Ugh.
Alright, so the ice versions of these don't get any special things, just a better AC than the others. So,
Surely you'd melt the closer they get to the fire.
They probably will.
but they will make 2 slam attacks each against Spring, as he's right there.
Go for it.
Right, so let me use that dice. So first hit is a 9, that won't hit. Natural 20 on the second. Dirty 20 on the third.
Missed.
And a 24 on the last.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that and I'll uncanny dodge the crit.
So the crits. Oh, so that and that.
Ooh.
So the crit is. So that's 7 points of bludgeoning damage with 15 points of cold damage on the crit. Sorry.
Double checking the numbers.
44 points of damage in total from that one.
That's crit.
That's the crit damage.
22.
So 22, yep.
Cool. Fuck, uncanny dodged it.
And then the normal attack. 6, 10, 26 points of damage from the normal.
Ouch.
Yeah, that is not a good round.
As the one in front of you misses the first one, as the one in front of you misses its first swipe at you, it's like cockiness of your character kind of showing through as it brings up with the salmon attack right under the chin. But you manage to just in time pull back enough to not get the full brunt of it. As you then remember, oh yeah, there's a second one. Dodge the first one as you just line up for it to hit you in the shoulder on the second attack.
Okay, these guys suck.
It is now your fire elemental's turn.
Okay, cool. When you get a chance, can you print me out a copy of my fire element thing, just so I don't have to keep swapping back and forth?
Of course.
Right. He gets 2 touch attacks, so he's moving up to the one that's closest, so not to get spring. Right, that's a 22 and an 8.
The 8 does not hit,
Okay.
but 22 does.
2d6 plus 4. Thank you. Is he flammable?
No.
Damn it. He only takes 8 points of fire damage.
Yeah, it's alright. Better than no damage.
That's gracious. I didn't mean right this second, but okay.
I think we can do it right now. Why not? Cool. So, at the end of the fire element's turn, yeah?
Yes.
Right. Can you roll me a D20, please?
Natural 20.
Natural 20. Alright. Spring, I need you to make it a Constitution saving throw, please.
I thought I'd be coming in. Where the fuck are they? 14.
14. Right, well, succeed then. Can you roll me 2d6, please?
That's cocked. 4.
4. You take 2 points of fire damage. Just because it's an extreme thing to go from the cold to this sudden heat, and it is now right directly behind you.
Yep.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Be glad the other one was cocked because it was 6.
I think it is. Minutes. Sorry guys, 2 seconds.
I can folder.
Got a folder, just fucking forgot to put shite in it. Try to print it out, but find it later. Right, she's on here. Right, it's Click's turn.
I'll go last as per usual.
No,
Well,
you're not.
except for the element.
Wait. No, shit, sorry, you were supposed to go for the fire element, so it's your turn.
Oh. Okay.
My bad.
I'm so used to going
Yeah,
last.
yeah.
Presume.
Everybody forgot.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do the typical Flake thing of not needing to move.
Torrent mage.
And basically, yeah, I'm playing 2 inning tower defense games on my phone. Right, I'm going to cast Wall of Fire because everyone's doing fire damage today, and I'm going to cast it just so it cuts across. I'm assuming the fire elemental will be fine.
Yeah, somehow I think the fire elemental will be immune to fire damage.
And it's dex save 17 for those guys.
Right, so only one of them's going to deal with it.
Sorry?
Shoot, are you putting it?
Bring it straight. Firewall goes in the straight line. Like.
Oh, you're doing it on that way.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it that way. So it'll be like a. Yep.
So they got to make a dex save of 17. Yeah?
And I'll roll on the app because I'm lazy.
They both failed horribly.
Excellent. Let's see what this does. I press the button. That takes a while. This is at level 6. That's what happens.
Level 6.
27. That seems quite pathetic, but never mind.
But it does damage around. So it's something within range of it.
Yeah, or walk into it.
Yep.
Cool.
I did hit both of them, so that's good.
Both.
That's nice.
Both are definitely looking hurt in this case.
Again, the back one.
You're going to move back one, are you?
Sorry?
Did you just say you're going to move back one?
No. And then bonus action,
Alright.
healing word on.
Healing word's a leveled spell, isn't it?
No, bonus action. What's that?
It's a leveled spell, isn't it? Not a cantrip.
Oh no, but cast it as a bonus action.
But you'd be casting 2 level spells around. Then.
Yeah.
It's a leveled spell and a cantrip.
What are you talking about? I can cast healing words as a bonus. Right, I'm very lost. I've done this every single game. What are you talking about?
Right.
Very
So,
hard.
yeah, I'm sure you have as well. Sorry, it might be just a rule I've started implementing in my head and didn't actually say it out loud. I won't worry about that in the caster roll again. Sorry, it's like because you're casting 2 leveled spells around on your turn,
Like
but it needs to be a leveled spell and a cantrip kind of thing. But don't worry about that.
I thought the whole point of the bonus action was it was a bonus action, so I can cast it as well as.
Saying that when, like, just as a thing here, when obviously I play Lorelei, she's got her 2 actions, and one of my bonus actions is a leveled spell to.
Yeah, so that works because you're using attacks as an action.
Right.
You have 2 attacks per action.
Right, got
Not 2
you.
action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Yep, we cast it. Fuck it.
Right.
Okay. Healers.
Okay. Right. Won't be that one. It will be that one.
Who are you casting healing word on?
Spring.
There we go.
Actually, add any.
Fucking hell, that was 20 points healing.
Cheers.
So I rolled almost the same amount of damage with 4d4s than I did with 7d8.
Ah,
dear.
randomness.
There we go.
It's not ideal.
Right.
Wolf Farm's got like a 10-foot.
I think it's 5. I think it's basically literally just a. It's like,
Yeah, it's literally just
Okay,
there.
Let me just double check it. Yeah. So if you kick them back into it, actually no, they're still in it technically. Until the next turn, then they have to either leave or
Take damage.
Get burned.
take damage.
Oh. Did the bony bones.
It is 1 foot thick, so it's literally just a line, but it's 20 feet high, 60 feet long.
Well, click is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to move up around this side. So I'm going to pull out the feathered wing and make an attack with that.
Oh, sorry. Just want to make this clear that I didn't actually realise this was part of it. I was supposed to have selected the side of the wall where the fire comes from. Obviously,
Yeah, well, I
have this
assume
direction,
that, yeah,
But
yeah.
it's any creature that's within 10 feet of that side of the wall has to make the dex save when it ends its turn.
When it ends.
So when you end of your next turn, you're not going to take damage till the end of your turn, so you can move back.
Yeah.
So, Click's kind of run up to the other side of the fire elemental, pulled out his pole arm, the feather wing, and slices up against that elemental, and that hits. we are back at the top of the initiative. It's spring.
Which one of those two is looking more damaged?
They're both down at the same damage point at the minute,
Okay, I'll keep going on the same
comparative to
one.
their health.
You can do an attack and the bonus action attack from Boots of Haste.
Yep.
That's not cocked. So that's 13 or 14, so I guess only the 30 hits.
Yep.
Cool. Still, that's the way to go. 4. 13. Actually, no, I don't get sneak attack. Because there's no creature within 5 feet. 17 points damage.
It's the first time you ever attacked that.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
Good God.
Yep.
bonus action disengage. Because I didn't manage to get an attack on the other one. And then I'm going to book it back because there's so much friendly fire, literal friendly
How far
fire
you go
damage
back?
coming
It's
back.
fire.
Yeah, I'm basically standing in about 3 or 4 AoEs there, so I'm going to come back about 30 feet.
30 gets you.
Yeah.
You kind of walk back, kind of move around quickly around Evelyn, and then you.
What's that smell? It smells like burnt hair.
Shut up.
Your whiskers. It's like,
As you kind of do,
Curled up.
as you kind of run away, Click is like, like there was a plan Click was going to do to come to you, and he's like, "Fuck you!"
Yeah, he's not the one that lost more than half of his hit points last
Yeah, he was going to come
In
give
one
you.
go.
He had a plan to give you resistance.
round. Do you know, you can still do that, I believe. Okay.
just has to move over again.
Right, yep. So that ended your turn, yeah?
Yes.
Lisabelle.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, actually utilise my turn this time.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh no.
Do all the things.
Me? Do all the things? Never.
Yes.
Right.
They're kind of snowy, icy elementals. I'd be really tempted to dehydrate the fuck out of them.
I was going to use a bit of immolation with a twin spell. Exactly that.
That's your sponge.
What's the
So,
save?
the save is 15.
Have some anhydrous salts,
Dex save.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
I think I throw in my sponge elemental. That's the one. Absorbs.
They both fail. They're not dexterous in the slightest.
That's unceremoniously dumped. They both take 26 points of fire damage, and they both take 4d6 at the end of their turn.
That one won't.
Ah!
That one's with Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
Fuck Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus.
Y'all need Jesus to save your soul.
Alrighty. So 2 massive columns of flame rise up from the immolation, taking on to these animated ice breaths. And as they kind of simmer down, one is just flakes in the wind. While the other one, you can just see is starting to horribly melt in place. Evelyn.
I might just use my crossbow. Shoot him.
Yep. Make an attack roll.
So do I have to roll the...
Yep.
Cool. That is 18.
That hits. Now you can roll damage.
Okay, what does the +1 mean there?
So you add 1 onto whatever the roll is from
Okay.
d8.
Well, 8.
How would you like to do this?
Where would you like to hit him, basically?
Basically, taking the shot, you pull your crossbow out. It's on its last legs. It's weak. You have the final hit. How do you want to kill this thing?
I will shoot him directly in the right eye.
Right eye. There's an icy kind of like silhouetted face, and you can kind of see where the eye holes kind of are, and it's kind of slowly kind of melting down its left side, and like from the right side as you pull across about fire. As the flame dance up into the wall of fire and just scatter. And we are out of initiative.
That was a spazzy.
Just re-summon fire back into the... You got a few hits in, mate.
I almost felt like it was quite happy to be out of the staff mode for a bit.
I'll take my gold stars off and put it on. It's gonna be okay, buddy.
I'll be using more because obviously we're in snowy terrain, but
Yeah,
usually it's either you lot are in the fucking way,
Oh, I'm sorry for being melee.
or I just don't need it because
You don't
it's so
often use your
weak.
barley powers, do you?
My
Not
barley
in
powers-
battle, anyway.
My barley powers mostly run to information gathering.
Espionage.
That's fine, I realise I can't actually use Ambrose to attack because he's familiar.
So what can you do? You're just there for
Sit there and look
narrative
pretty.
development.
Yeah, sit there and look pretty, and also if he gets attacked, then you can retaliate, but that's only if he gets attacked.
What do you give me a little nip?
Actually, you can sting.
The last bits of the little quick battle die down. Flames still erupt, staff now taken. The flame are starting to melt the snow in the small area that you guys are in.
Yeah.
It's coming up now, it's probably early evening-ish. Definitely gonna know you guys are gonna need to kind of bed down for the night before you're able to reach sorry, keeping those two names mixed up. Uthane.
I mean, we can go on vacation if you want, but wouldn't recommend it this time.
No.
Bit frosty.
So what are you guys doing?
Let's find
Finding someone suitable.
Cool.
How far can we get from the hag hut?
You're a good few hours away, so
Oh, good, she can't come after you then.
yeah, no, she definitely wasn't home. You can definitely kind of tell that kind of sense from it. But
She ran.
Oh, they weren't elementals,
yeah, you're like I said, you're a good few hours away. It's probably like early.
What were they carrying?
Oh yeah, they had treasure.
Yeah, they were carrying something back somewhere.
Yeah, let's go find out what that was.
All right. Who wants to make a perception check to figure out where they dropped the shit? Because it is it is snowing to the point. So
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
I'm just gonna leave it to him. I'm not even gonna bother.
Yep. You kind of look over and you kind of look at where they were as I assume you eventually do dispel the wall of flame, yeah? Like,
Do I dispel this?
Depends. Is it tasty? am I cooking something?
it's a wall of flame in the middle of a forest that's
Between
frozen.
us and the treasure.
Oh, if we was on the treasure.
No.
Oh.
No, I'm just asking.
Yeah. Well, it depends. I mean, do you want to play some? It's like walking on fire. Yeah, it's a bit like, I'll put it
We're dousing it.
So,
What's the opposite of a gold star? Black mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
disappointment,
The black
Yeah.
spot.
the black spot.
detention.
Oh,
The
do
wall
not
of-
deflate attention.
The wall of fire is dispelled, and as it kind of is, Spring, you're the first one to kind of look over and you can see the two track marks where.
Intimidation check of 23 to give him a disappointed look.
Oh,
You
he's the disappointed dad.
you feel
Wait, let me just check what my disappointment was.
roll
Same versus disappointment.
as I say, Flake, roll an insight check.
Yeah. I mean, it's
There
not
should be a
good.
disappointment like marker on his.
This is what this is.
It's minus 1d6 on any roll I choose.
That's a 19 on my insight.
Can we please make that a thing?
I am going to give you, for the sake of it, just because of it, how it is, because it's disappointment. You have 1 point of exhaustion because it's like.
You did not perceive
Oh,
that
nice.
outcome.
I did not know I had this power.
Just-
yeah!
Not because you're tired of things, but just because like now you're just really deflated by the disappointed look, and it's like
So well. Don't touch me.
But aside from that, as the flames
Okay, Mum will make it better later. She'll give you another gold
as the
star.
flames die down, Spring, the first one, eyes straight on. You find the 2 tracks that are still left further down where the flames hadn't melted the snow. And then the snow isn't that thick in this kind of area, not as thick as you kind of thought it'd be. As you're getting closer to where they were and the direction they were heading, it does start getting thicker, up to about 7-8 inches worth of snow, to where you finally find the treasure or whatever it is they were carrying.
God, it wasn't a baby, was it? Baby one.
Just
Taking that kind of responsibility at the moment.
It's just like a large rock they found that looked interesting.
because it has been lightly snowing and the flames didn't stop the snow in that area. Make an investigation check.
Investigation.
Oh! So close to
I will
19,
say
but we've got
if
3.
anyone else has followed, anyone else is free to make investigation checks as well.
Yeah,
That's
go on.
11. Oh, so close to 27.
That is...
Is that 30-20?
That's 14. No, I can't count. That's 15. It's only one more extra, but it's still an extra.
So,
Refund.
so Spring, you kind of get up there and you're just like, tracks and it's not going. So they should be around here. And then, Lisabelle, you're eventually the first one to kind of find roughly. You feel something like doesn't feel like ground.
Take it.
You like notice she's doing this and start dog-like digging in the snow. Because I imagine that's what Flake would do.
Yeah, it's still just like flashbacks from being the cat, isn't it? Just digging a hole in my litter tray.
Can we say for Shiz and Grin you turn into the cat?
Could do, yeah, fuck it.
No!
Oh, the curse.
Suddenly, there's a massive 7-foot something, grey, dark blue Goliath with green hair growing, moss, everything, turns into a giant ginger cat.
Kill it with fire!
That walks on 2 legs.
That walks on 2 legs. And starts full on, like you would expect, claws out, down a bit until you hear something kind of clinking. You
That's
guys,
like human.
Mow. I pick up where it is.
Change back. Change back!
What did I find?
I said, well, I know what you find, so change back.
you find about 607 gold pieces.
I immediately put that back on the floor because I have no interest in gold. What else did I find?
Into the bank of Mum.
You find assorted bits of jewelry, like smaller bits of jewelry, rings, pendants, earrings,
How
necklaces.
did I get this stuff from?
Like they were just kind of holding it, like within their twisting kind of arms, kind of thing. You kind of now notice. You notice it more peripherally. You, Spring, you were right up in the mix. Notices their arms, their whole form, unlike an elemental, rather, their forms weren't fully solid.
Right.
They seemed to have an kind of air-like look to them. And when they kind of hit you, you felt the hit, but you felt it as they like forced their almost their entire being into that point before it smacked you, before it dissipated back. So you realized they were actually carrying this like in them, kind of thing.
Ooh. Question, were any of those like necklaces or anything like magical, or they just generally...
Do you have detect magic to find out?
I'm pretty sure I do. Oh no, that was what I fucking got rid of, that other one!
Yeah, I did that.
I've got the spell magic.
Does the wizard have detect magic?
Who needs it?
Like, to be fair, I did swap it for that.
I mean, we could
I think I probably had it on my list and then.
It's probably what you
we
prepared
just,
for.
we just try each thing individually, put it on, and see if something happens when you point it to somebody else. What?
Can click to it.
Wow.
I'm gonna cast the spell magic on Flake, just so he changes back.
I don't. Would that work? It's a wild shape.
Yeah, it's wild shape. It's not
Yeah.
magic.
Not
It's not a spell.
Damn it!
It's an ability.
Someone flick
Wow, 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 wow.
As you're kind of doing this, and both the sorceress and the wizard is like, we can't tell this magic. Click eventually kind of just walks up, kind of rubs like you now kind of notice there's like a symbol of a dragon head upon his chest armor. Just kind of rubs it. Picks out 3 rings. Walks up to you, Lisabelle, hands them to you. Magic. Magic.
Magic ring.
Fancy. Any kind of magic on them, or just magic?
I can only detect magic, can't identify.
Oh, I can do that.
So together we make just about one comprehensive person.
One competent treasure finder between us, in total.
I mean, yes. I mean, Belle could probably decipher what they are based on colours and shit, but doesn't want to try and guess.
Yeah.
I'll have a look at them after we.
Right. Okay. I get out of my wild shape. I put my clothes back on.
Thank fuck for that. Wait, where did you get makeup?
My clothes don't just disappear. They just fall off, and I just.
Is that going to be your canon? Because that's not.
No, please,
Wild
God,
spell, your clothes and items all meld into the
I
wild
don't know.
shape.
Yeah, you're not the Hulk.
Oh, true. Well, I don't know. I think it's funny.
Okay, it's canon now.
Yeah.
Put the moss back on. There
He
we
thinks
go.
it's funny, so
Beard's
it's
back
canon.
on.
Yep, the beard's back on, the hair.
The hair's a bit frizzy still.
This is not the first time he's changed. This is the first
You
time you
are-
noticed there was a green streak of hair out of all the ginger going from the tip of his head all the way down to the base tip of his
Nice.
tail.
The cat's toxic!
Okay, let's see if we can find somewhere relatively sheltered to
Right.
camp for the night.
One question before we go do that.
Hmm.
I'm desperate to earn some of my stars back. Why were they carrying this gold, and where were they carrying it from?
Not a clue, not a clue.
And have they dropped any, like a little breadcrumb trail?
So,
They're running
you can
with
see,
rings.
still going off Spring's natural 20 to find the tracks. You, Spring, can see the tracks. They are still left. And you kind of notice that while you're heading in one direction, they were kind of going that way. It does kind of bend and almost point in the direction you guys are heading. So they so your judgment is they're probably coming from Uthane to the ruined city. You kind of look over where they were heading, and you see, you won't see this like kind of hill point where the hag's hut is, but you roughly kind of figure out where it is, and you look about slightly bit to your right, and you notice a massive cluster of hills or mountains that they seem to be heading towards that direction.
They come from the thing, and they're going there.
I mean, it would be a good way to go.
Lisabelle, roll an academic check. She might have knowledge of
So
this.
they're taking stuff from the Goliaths, or they're working with them? What is down
24.
there?
24.
That's what I'm thinking.
So, when you did the research on dragons, and obviously Bardune's not going to have the greatest libraries about dragons and things like that, but from your past studies in training that your father had forced you and your twin brother to go through,
Hey, I enjoyed it in the end.
you did learn a lot about dragon, a bit more about the metallic dragons and your personal history with the silver dragons, things like that. But you did learn about chromatic dragons as well. You're forced to learn it as a standard. Well, you never know, a dragon might attack one day, kind of thing. Good to have knowledge. And you did actually learn a little bit about animated breath. That chromatic dragons have an ability to harness their magic and bring to life their breath weapons.
Okay.
When they do so, these breath weapons are loyal to a fault to their creator. Often than not, they're either used as guardians for their lairs, or they're sent out to seek treasure, or keep up with bargains that have been made, or things like that.
They're gathering treasure.
For the
Bringing it
dragon's
back to the
hoard.
dragon.
Yeah, either just randomly gathering treasure or tribute from the herd. Either way, these are creatures that belong to Wendy, and they're now missing.
As you're doing all this,
Ooh.
Click tugs on you again, Lisabelle, and holds up a small a pendant, necklace attached to it that has a red, almost the same kind of red like a healing potion has on it, and holds it up. That's magic too. That's magic too.
Almost sounded human.
Remember, he has limitations, so he just
Yeah.
literally copies other people's voices.
So I have 4 things to look at now? Or are you just going to wear that without knowing
I'm
what
just
it
gonna
is?
wear it with my- No, I'm
Are you
joking.
sure about that? Yeah?
No, just gonna go like
No, you're
look
not
at it, hold it up and look at it in like, just like.
The red there seems to be a liquidish red in it. It seems to move a bit.
Health potion?
There doesn't seem a way to get it out without breaking the glass that it's in it. But even just holding it, even without having to take magic on, you do feel the magical essence coming off of it.
Dragon blood?
I don't know. Let's find something to count down. I'll cook and then I'll have a look at these things. Yeah?
If anyone wants to make perception checks to find somewhere to camp, bed down.
Let's have a look.
Dirty 20.
I've
But
found
that's
us a fucking Hilton hotel.
I rolled a dirty 20, so I only found a travel lodge.
27!
I got 17.
I got
You
that.
found a camping site.
Yeah,
I
you
found
found a
fuck
hovel.
all.
Found a ditch.
I was too busy thinking about the magical items.
So the first thing you can kind of notice is the further away you get from the larger set of hills that you kind of notice, the thinner the snow is getting on the ground. There's still like a layer of snow, sleet, whatever, fucking, and ice on the ground. So eventually you do come across what looks like an old, really old abandoned campsite. Flake, you recognize this as a campsite that some of the other Goliath herds would bed down for a night here. And you kind of look around, it's like,
Cozy.
with your dirty 20, you look at enough trees to cover like one side in case you're attacked in the middle of the night, wide enough areas, and enough places to run if you have to run for whatever reason. You know, some of the more dangerous wild life that kind of live out here, probably all hibernating currently.
Mm-hmm.
As you're doing this, Spring, you're the one noticed, so like there's a bigger tree trunk, probably about 20 feet wide, to one end. And as you kind of go up to it, hand up to it, and you like walk around, and there's a massive hole carved into it to make about a 15-foot wide space in this tree to be protected from the elements.
Hey guys.
Oh. Get in.
Let's go. Let's go bed down.
That's just the hill.
Oh, yeah, it's a very nice room. Did we get a room? Oh, yeah.
Guys,
Sitting steals out, cook, angling with cooking towards what Evelyn said was some of his preferences. That is 17.
But it wasn't over 20?
No,
It wasn't your best dish.
But you know,
not the best, but this is your
Cold.
first.
Your hands are a bit numb.
Yeah.
There's that, and this is also your first attempt at making what you are
I've
hoping
never
is a
encountered this cuisine before.
a traditional Genasi cuisine.
It will get better.
Excuse me. It's not turned out bad. Could have been better, but you're still experimenting with what spices go with the standard of this. As any chef will do, you will always experiment even on the first try.
What is it? What is it you're cooking?
I don't know.
What is a traditional Genasi dish? You get the pick.
Hang as a mouse.
This is your role. You need to work with it. Like the
I'll come with something with you.
Forget one of those.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's your favourite meal?
That changes weekly.
Perfect. There we go. Let's make it even harder to cook.
Probably like I don't know,
Manage
a
to
garlicky chicken sort of.
Garlic
Done.
chicken.
Yeah, done.
Yeah.
Garlic chicken with herby potatoes.
Sorted.
You didn't have any garlic, so you had to use like something like garlic.
Yeah.
Oh, garlic is essentially goes with the herbs and spices, and he has his little sack that consistently creates it.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that,
It's getting a little tipple tonight.
yep, there we go. Speaking of that, it's as you're kind of pulling everything out, it's like almost biting at your finger as you're getting stuff out of it.
Here's a bit of
You
drink.
notice
Yeah,
this weird thing as he's making it. He's kind of messing around with this little small pouch, and it suddenly starts moving on its own.
Okay,
And I
okay,
can't-
okay. There you go. There you go. Okay, old wine. Okay, good.
Feed the baby. Can I drink?
I guess after that I'm casting Identify ritually 4 times.
So you spend about 40 minutes.
See you to the
That's
So-
a lot of concentration for spring. That's a fuck of a lot of concentration for spring.
future. He's not reading a book.
So as you cast Identify on these 4 things, the whole knowledge of these 4 things come out.
No.
So 2 of the rings, which are both similar make and design, are rings that protect +1 rings of protection.
Right.
The 3rd ring is a ring of water breathing,
I've already got
Very helpful
Something
in
of that
snowy
already.
conditions.
and the pendant is a pendant of health.
What does that do?
Basically, it's an attuned item. You attune to it, and it immediately puts your Constitution score at 19.
That's pretty.
a who needs extra.
You're squishy as fuck, aren't you?
Not as squishy as you think I am.
That's how squishy are you? What's your squishy score?
Well,
That's been used from now on. What's your squishy score?
my
title of
constitution
the
is
episode.
16.
Yeah, but what's your number of squishies?
115. I'm down to triple digits.
You're what? How?
She rolled really well for her health.
Fucking hell.
Technically, the lowest health member is Evelyn.
She's extra squishy.
Yeah.
67.
Ooh,
Yeah, and I'm
Jesus.
completely maxed out on attuned items anyway.
We'll give it to a little squishy.
You're just flinging spells and stuff around the place. I take it you're not too good if someone starts hitting you, huh? So, how do we have this? Spend a little time with it.
It will help.
Alright, the rings of protection, the rings of war breathing is just not attuned items.
No, they're not. The ring. Let me double check about the rings of protection.
Yeah,
It might be.
I think they're tuned, yeah, because I've got one.
Yeah.
In fact,
I've got the wand of water breathing.
Yep, that's the wrong book I picked up.
Look at them, dude.
oh no, I've got the stone. That's the one I've got. Stone ring of protection. That's
Yeah.
what you gave me.
So the monster
That's
manual.
the reason why I have the
TNG.
I'm guessing these are already on.
Well, they're all literal things out of the.
Okay,
yeah,
so
just
you
looking
can
up,
add that
looking
onto
up.
yours straight away. So if you go into
Technically, this is
equipment
not looting dead people because we looted it from separate dead
or
people.
inventory,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Rings
it's
of-
Yeah,
ethically
ring of
just-
Yeah.
protections
we'll
are
change inventory
yeah.
attunements. Yeah.
and then search it.
And
So
what was it?
amulet of healing.
Yes, that'll be
Yeah.
the one.
Amulet of health.
Yes.
I'm just trying to find it.
So have you got a ring of protection at all?
Amulet
I think
of
so.
health?
You got any attunement slots left?
Need you take the ring of watering back? It's not a ring of watering. It's a water breathing. It's a ring of water walking,
So we go.
Yeah.
and it's not an attuned item. So
Very cool.
anyone can
And
wear
then
that and walk
close
on
it off.
water.
Sick.
It should now be in your inventory.
Just need the
Come on.
ring of create wine from water. And we've got the whole collection.
Do you need a ring of protection? You already got one.
I've already got.
Oh,
I
that's
think I
fine.
actually
That's
have a very nice one.
Does Clink need a ring of protection?
He doesn't.
Nice.
He's on AC
Scroll
of
down till you
22.
find it again.
Where's my? Yeah. I've got
And-
protection.
Yeah, and he's maxed out on
Achievements.
attunements. Yeah.
What about you, Lisabelle? You maxed out on achievements?
Yeah, she is.
Yes, I am.
So I'm not. That's my fault.
It broke on her. Yes, I have got all my attuned items, so I can't take any more.
Cool.
And yeah.
I'm going to put that away. This is stuff.
If not, we'll start it again.
Yeah.
And the other ring was actually a ring of water walking, which is not an attuned item. So
Yeah, I'm popping up my list of stuff.
Yeah, I've got water breathing, so you can have the water walking.
I've got 2 rings of protection plus 1. I can't. I'm maxed out on the attuned items, so I can't have one. Guessing your armor class is shit.
Hang on, I'm just trying to add it. Equipment.
Yeah.
Cool, there we go.
That's it.
And then
Oh, sorry, what were you asking?
ring of protection plus 1. Any use to the wizard?
I'm guessing.
Did I tick on that?
Yeah.
I need you attune stuff as well.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, she could use it. She's
Cool.
got 15.
1 ring of protection for you, and I'll put the other ring of protection in my list of stash.
Ring of protection.
Okay.
Don't forget to have them both attuned on your character sheet so that they actually have an effect.
Yeah, we will do that in a second.
Yeah.
Gain equipment. Really?
Was there any other jewelry just like
Yeah, the rest of jewelry is
Go right
just
down to the bottom.
not magical. It's just normal
It's
jewelry
actually
that
a
you
few-
could probably sell off to a jeweler, or if you wish to keep kind of thing.
Just wear it. Just style choice, man.
Okay, so they will now all
Silver
be on
jewelry only,
yours.
darling.
Cool. So,
It's like, ugh.
so that's gone up one.
Yeah.
And also,
Yeah, my hip
You do find, you do find a mixture of like silver, gold, and the odd platinum
institution.
ring here and there as well.
roughly worth how much in total?
How averse are you with jewelry and the sales of jewels and craftsmanship?
It'll tell you
I
what
hadn't
you've got
asked
on.
for the culture. You roughly know you can.
It's spring. He made a living as a highwayman
Yes,
for a
it's all
while.
good. Cool.
You know you could probably roughly get
So you're a little bit less
probably
fishy.
like 1,200 for the lots,
Cool. I'll take a note of that and then use that up.
as well as the 607 gold pieces that were.
Which
Oh,
I
I've
threw
already
on the
got-
floor. Oh, no,
Yeah,
you
you've
picked
got
it up again.
I got it.
I'll look after the jewelry and find my fucking list of stuff.
There are some small
It's a
gems
page.
on the jewelry as well.
Sorry?
There are small gems on some of the jewelry as well. That's not adding up to the total of that 1,200, but that would roughly make about 200 gold piece worth of gems as well for any spell components.
Cool.
Or snacking, you know, where
Yeah, just like, yeah, just feeding it to
delicious.
fresh cut got the mind, doesn't it?
It's metal, not gems.
Yeah.
That'd be probably more ash to need.
Okay.
Well, to be fair, I already had a ring of protection as it was, so
I've cooked, I've cleaned up, I've identified this shit, I'm going to sleep.
that's the
Who, as y'all can resting, he's already gone. Who's taking the first watch?
Oh,
Roll a perception check. So everyone else kind of beds down for the night.
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's a good one. We like that one. That's a 24.
Check you out.
I rolled 19. Not using any dicey bet.
I got my proper minus.
Right now. You free?
A massively different sound.
That'll sound even worse if you roll like 20 dice. Yeah. He's gonna try it now, even. Yeah, that sounds more sinister. Oh shit.
How small it is, can't roll that many dice in it. Yeah, so I'm assuming you're going to take about 4-hour watch, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep, cool. So 4 hours go by. You do kind of struggle a little bit to keep yourself awake, but eventually 4 hours go by, rather uneventful. It seems this cold weather has kind of driven off and forced hibernation for a lot of creatures that would have naturally roamed the area.
Okay.
Anyone want to take second watch?
I'll take
Oh.
second.
Belle's actually gonna sleep tonight rather than meditate.
So do you want to do the 4 hours or just 2 hours then? If you want to do an actual sleep and not meditation.
Oh, okay, I'll do meditate. then.
Right, cool. Yep. Roll a perception check, please, Evelyn.
That is 15.
15.
We're all gonna die.
2 hours go by. Rather quite peaceful. It's kind of getting up to like early hours in the morning now. Quite peaceful, quiet. Just the odd drift of snow and the odd random quick bits of breeze going by. For the most part, it's been rather calm and quiet. A couple hours go by. Click will take the last watch.
Good, because I need my 12 hours. I need
Fucking
to
hell.
sleep, damn it.
You still enough. You don't need to watch. Kitty needs to sleep. That's quite cute.
His 2 hours go by. Last couple hours go by quite quietly. You wake up, you wake up, you wake up. 2 more hours you wake up, Evelyn, to get the full 8 hours for a long rest. As the morning comes, Lisabelle, I need you to make 2 D100 rolls, please.
Not again!
Just need to have this freaking page bookmarked.
58 and Like, you know.
58. Okay.
Oh, fucking hell, what's happened to me this time?
So, first of all, if you didn't have a long rest, all your sorcery points have been regained. If you didn't have that long rest, but you didn't, we're getting back.
Oh, I should have just slapped them.
As you wake up, and one of the first things that kind of happens, what's one of the first things you do or pick up?
Oh god.
It wasn't Ambrose, was it?
Probably, like, drag her hand across her face, like, for fuck's sake.
Alright,
That was the worst night's sleep ever.
can we all agree on the table that hair is flammable?
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
Your hair, where you touch it, bursts into flames.
Morning.
That immediately die down, but you would now have a small, like it's almost like an undercut on your right side, where your hair, part of some of your blue hair, just full on burnt away into a burst of flames.
Isabelle?
So you
Are you going for a new look, or was this an accident that was not meant to happen?
I mean, you could have set fire to Ambrose. I set it up for you.
And killed my familiar? No.
Ambrose isn't flammable.
You'll grow back.
I mean, I can even you up if you want.
We'll burn the other side.
No, Benson, he's a hater.
Actually, he is. He's very flammable.
Ooh.
He doesn't have a resistance to it at all.
Flammable as in, like, the second you put a flame to it, it'll catch immediately.
He could be!
So I would say he's combustible.
Could have made of paraffin. We do not know.
That was just like...
So within the
silently
next...
weeping right now.
Good start to the day.
Oh god.
What do you touch else with your hands? Or are you just
Nothing.
like...
It sits there like this.
As you now notice, looking at your hands, there's a fair bit of a red glow coming from them. That last 1 minute. At the end of that 1 minute, the glow diminishes, and your hands return back to how they normally look. But you now have a
Actually,
bit
no,
of an under...
she's now going to go touch some logs on the fire.
Yep, nothing happens.
Some kindling on
Yep.
the fire?
So the roll was, for the next minute, any flammable object you touch that isn't worn or carried by another creature bursts into flames.
Thank God I didn't touch my bedding.
Pull the tree off.
All my clothes.
Do you want me to okay.
I mean, I can go for one side, I suppose.
No, trust me here. We're going to do the undercut on both sides, huh?
Okay.
Like boy George.
No. No.
No? Okay.
I don't need hair care advice from you.
10 minutes later, Belle's rocking the undercut on both sides. Straight back down.
Are you side-handing this?
Yeah, man. Let's fucking do it.
This will be the one.
What could possibly
What, please
go
spells
wrong?
passive perception?
Yeah!
Never mind.
Back. It's a miracle.
That's a 35.
Okay, with this then.
As you're still in kind of slight shock, you kind of separate from the world around you for a moment. As after about 10 minutes, you feel a tap on your shoulder. You look up, and Spring's just there with a razor. As you now feel the other side, and now you have an undercut on both sides of your head.
All the hair's been carefully gathered. Do you want this, or shall I burn it for safety?
Burn it. I mean, I already did the other side for you.
About an hour or so
There goes
later.
the plaits.
I can still do just
No, the plaits are gone now.
about an hour or so later, Evelyn, you wake up and you still smell a little bit of the burning hair that's kind of going around. She looked at Lisabelle, who you literally met a day before, and her full head of bright blue hair now has 2 full undercuts.
Hey, I can do you too if you want.
No.
Oh, okay.
What's it getting turned into a fucking
Okay, yeah. Let's have a go with you.
We'll do the opposite, just down the middle.
Reverse my Ethan.
Yeah.
28.
It's not quite 35, but it'll do.
You have the
How much have we got to work with here?
It was about that much, wasn't
yeah.
it?
So it was 4 to 5 inches
Going
yesterday.
slightly curly.
You now wake up, and it's starting to curl, but it's more ringlet curls.
So what we're going to
As
do?
you as he has
Ringlet curls.
probably about as long as hair as I have now.
Oh my god,
So what we're
it's
gonna do?
growing quick.
We're going to double undercut it again, but we're going to leave a ducktail at the back.
No, I want
So-
a mullet.
You're basically getting a pointed mullet.
Fuck
And at
yeah.
the front, we're going to work with the hair at the front and make a nice quiff.
It's gonna get
Johnny Bra-
Yeah, go for
Johnny
full
Bravo
bumper.
prick,
Yep,
quiff.
we're going for the whole damn thing at
I'm
front.
door with a mullet.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna fashion my beard into a
surprised you're not
moustache.
gonna give her a rat tail.
So you take most of it off, leave Lemmy kind of mustache, or
No, just the one line across here.
just the American
Yeah.
military man
Hell
mustache.
yeah.
So we're not going for Hitler.
So very standard
Macho man.
American military mustache.
You want to be
With-
a macho man.
Giant pompadour quiff.
I'm going full on Johnny Bravo
Yeah.
quiff
Oh.
with the long hair,
Do the monkey with me.
with the long hair at the back.
I wonder if I'll make him get a wife now.
All bright green, by the way. This isn't
Oh,
like some
yeah.
normal. This is all bright to mossy green.
This is a new thing. This is a look.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's definitely a look.
Look.
Competing with now now some of the more like the tribal druidic tattoos that you have on the side of your head now show prominent more. Weirdly working in style with it.
Fucking hell.
Enough about me. More about me.
Do the monkey with him.
I ain't doing the monkey for anybody.
What am I doing? One part is with that eye, she can really fuck you guys up. She can make it have a look at you guys, and
Forgot about that. It's already happened once, isn't it? So.
yeah, that's how you got the hair.
Yep.
That stays
It's been
firmly
growing about
back.
1 foot a day as well at the moment. So
Sorry,
it's growing about a foot a day at the moment.
it's a fair bit. I mean, a lot more than that.
Don't know what's going to happen. Well, we'll see. It might stop growing. Or it might not.
It's hair.
Stop eventually.
When you're dead.
I'm just going to look like Cousin It.
It's only growing on your head. It's not growing anywhere else.
That's true.
Your Goliath biology is keeping it from going anywhere else.
Fantastic.
I mean, the fan theory is for Cousin It, it's only growing on his head. It just didn't like cut it.
Yeah. Oh.
So it could
The
be.
rest of the morning carries out. Breakfast is made. And as you guys set up to head off, carrying on, you need to make another survival check to make sure you guys are heading in the right direction.
Can't give you advantage.
Well, I've
You
all
did
eyes are on
oh,
him now.
also, you did so well at this yesterday. Have some bardic inspiration.
What's
D6.
that? That's a 23 plus. So it's 25.
Yeah.
You wander out. This is a Goliath old herd camping ground. You understand it immediately, and you're able to like, well, that way.
That away.
Onwards.
So glory.
As you're heading out, everyone make perception checks.
It's another dirty 20.
Stop rolling those dirty.
25!
7.
See, I got that 20 that matters on fucking haircuts.
21.
25.
Quite easy going. Rest of the trip there, you get up
She's just
to.
in awe of the haircuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why didn't you get your hair done? Oh.
You see, you should have gone, you know?
Click this entire time. And it's just lucky he doesn't lucky he doesn't have any hair. It's just feathers, and he's like,
Well,
Hey, I could have
doesn't
burnt his
any-
feathers off.
He doesn't have any hair yet. I didn't have any hair either, but
Maybe sure I could do something with feathers and a little bit of styling.
You hear as Click kind of starts running on the sound of that. No.
Philistine.
After about several hours, probably the odd pit stop here and there, you eventually start seeing a little break within the light snowing that's going on as you see the edge of what looks like a fully ruined wall, holes everywhere. The top of it is just completely missing. You reckon you definitely now come up to Uthane, the ruined city.
Sounds like we need to be where we are.
Me.
As you kind of look, as you kind of get up to and the snow clears slightly with the buildings, you see more buildings and more. It doesn't take long until you start hearing voices.
I hear
Deep.
the voices in my head.
All deep, all guttural, and all speaking in giant, so...
You're our
I
interpreter.
think I can. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
Goliath
it's on my
speak
list.
giants, yeah. Talking about basic things, you do pick up the slight bit of conversation, talking about trying to find more treasure, raiding another close village, or going back to the farm and seeing if those peasants have anything more that we can shake out of them, kind of thing. Then mundane stuff about trying to find food and things like that. You pick up the some notes of, so when are these things going to be back to collect more treasure for her? Don't leave for another few more days at least. Gives us a chance to try and collect something to keep our hides alive. Why did the chieftain make this deal in the first place? We're alive, aren't we? No. Fine.
Are you being stupid?
Sounded.
Okay. Interesting.
What's
What?
interesting?
I say what he said to him just now. So you got it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Trying to repeat the exact
Ah,
same
right,
thing.
okay.
So they're all speaking in giant, so none of you can actually
I say it in common though, not in giant, because that'd be really confusing.
No, that's more useful. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. Gold star.
How many gold stars now?
2, because I gave one to him.
You sharing his gold stars? Yeah. So cute.
We're a team.
Aww. Gold star for you.
Gold star for me. It's a team, but I am winning.
I take away that gold star.
So yeah,
We don't do this whole winning thing. We are a team.
yeah.
You're the only one getting the gold star.
There is no I in team.
There is if you're an arsehole.
There's 2 martini, that's why I go to the pub.
Anyway, we have digressed again.
I know. While you're all doing this, everyone make stealth checks, because no one said they were whispering.
I thought it was implied by the fact I said it whispery.
Oh dear.
Wait a minute.
21.
Hey, well.
You need to make it with disadvantage with the metal armor on.
Oh yeah. Oh, so excited because I've got 60.
I got 60.
Oh well, never mind. That's a 5.
Oh, fuck.
I said it back to everybody very loudly.
Double check on your skills if it does say disadvantage.
It does.
It does, yeah, cool, right.
Sort that out.
What's that?
The slippers do something like that.
Oh!
Oh yes, that's
They
right.
give me advantage.
6.
Yeah, so we
I
will take the first
cancel
roll
it
then.
out,
Yeah,
so
so
I
we
got
take the first
16.
roll. Right.
16 plus. I've lost a bit of paper. I didn't write it in my list, did we? I think it was plus something to 2. The stealth checks.
No, I think it just gave you advantage, and then you could do a long rest and a short rest.
I think that was it. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, because they were the
Yeah.
super comfy.
This is now when you realize,
No,
look
slippers.
down at his feet at the mention of slippers, and you see 2. What color were they?
Blue.
Bright blue.
Bright blue.
Bunny slippers.
They were comfort, but then yeah.
25.
16.
21.
21. Oh, reasonably quiet. Even Flake has an act to speak a little bit lower.
Just.
So, what did they say? I wasn't paying attention.
And as this is all happening,
It's like, where's the butt?
and as this is all happening, as Click, who rolled a fucking 4, because he is also in play armor.
There's the butt.
Oh hell.
Thanks,
You hear
Mike.
in giant. You fucking hear something.
No.
Sounded like something metal dropping. You don't think it was one of the other guys? Fucking who knows? This time of day, they could be doing anything back there.
Nothing.
These are not the party we're looking for.
Should we go and check? We would be doing our job if we wouldn't, would we? You guys now start hearing the sound of 2 footsteps making their way towards your direction.
Everybody dive in a hedge.
Hide.
Well,
I guess.
I tell you what. We'll figure out what you guys are going to do and what happens next in 2 weeks' time, shall we? As we'll end the session there tonight. Get up next time.
You alert the entire Goliath camp to our presence.
Well, you're not alerted the entire, just
Not
these
yet,
two
These are
episodes.
giants.
Give it 5 minutes!
They're going to figure out if something's gone wrong when the dragon comes wondering where the dead air people have gone. Happy days.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight, and those who will be watching this video somewhere down the line on YouTube.
Nudge, nudge.
Please.
Say no more.
Please don't forget to look after each other, and if you need help, please don't forget to go out and get it. Your mental health is one of the most important things, especially nowadays. Probably more so than ever. So please don't be afraid to reach out and ask someone for help if you need help.
And if you can't get it from NHS, ask a friend, because literally they will be there.
Yep.
Even if you don't want them to be there.
And until next time, guys, remember, ain't nothing wrong with being a geek, and ain't nothing wrong with D&D. We'll see ya.
Bye.